There are 75 ayes, 8 noes, and 0 abstentions.
At the end of the day, I think we have to come back to the substance and merits of what this amendment bill is about. Do we want the President to take on these international roles in his independent and private capacity when it is in the national interest? And if so, do we want to put in place a proper legal and governing framework for such an arrangement, rather than to pretend, fudge the issue, and just operate in this ambiguous gray zone without being upfront? The government's position is very clear. So when I heard some of the speeches from opposition members and the opposition to this bill with phrases like suggesting that this is not proper, somehow it's unconstitutional, that this is some violation of established principles, this is completely unfounded. Nothing could be further from the truth. Let's not use these technical language to camouflage political grandstanding. Let's come back to the substance of what this is about. Ultimately, this is about Singapore. Or as Mr. Leong Man Wai would say, this is for country and for people. And so we have to ask ourselves, the substance of these provisions, do they further the interest of Singapore? Do they bring benefit to Singapore and Singaporeans? That's what the substance of it is. And from the government's point of view, the provisions are very clear. So this government will always take a sensible rather than a dogmatic or ideological approach to the Constitution. We know that the Constitution is a living document. It should not be amended frivolously, but it also cannot stay static. It has to evolve as our needs change over the years. And indeed, it was Cabinet that assessed the need to move this constitutional amendment. We agreed that it would be a positive and necessary structural change and would increase the ability of individuals to contribute to Singapore while ensuring the relevant safeguards and ensuring greater accountability. So this bill recognizes and supports the government's commitment to always look out for opportunities to further advance Singapore's interests. In this case, through facilitating arrangements to tap on deserving individuals' experiences and personal standing. And it also reflects how this government works to deal with issues squarely, to be upfront and transparent, and to act in a way that is consistent with sound legal and governance principles. So I would ask the Workers' Party and the PSP, having heard my explanations, to reconsider your positions. There is no need to oppose for the sake of opposition. There is no need to oppose something that will clearly advance Singapore's interests and bring benefits to Singapore and Singaporeans. In some ways, Singapore is at a stage of our development where our national interests are becoming more closely intertwined with global interests. So we need to find ways to achieve this intertwining. And this bill is one of the ways to achieve this. So let's all, hopefully, everyone in this House will agree, give your support for the bill, do our part to strengthen Singapore's voice in the international stage, to add to our participation in influential global forums, and to ensure that this little red dot continues to shine brightly in a dark and troubled world. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move.